Hello everybody, my name is Graham Elwood and you are watching The Political Vigilante. So we've seen the complete scam rigging of the Iowa caucus. We're seeing some suspicious stuff come out of New Hampshire. Bernie won it, but now him and Buttigieg each get the same amount of delegates? Oh God. But at least people overseas, they really have a lot of respect for everything we're saying. You know what I mean? Here's the Irish, this woman, Claire Daly, who's a socialist, talking at the EU. Here's what she had to say about what the correct reaction should be about what's happened in these first two, the caucus and the primary.
Electoral processes, or to have a meltdown about electoral interference, and yet we're letting the Iowa caucus go without a mention. Now, Bernie Sanders is on top in the polls, even though we all know the Democrat establishment hates him. Then we find out that the Democrats used an app for the Iowa vote count built by a company that had taken 42,000 from another candidate, Pete Buttigieg. The app broke. The Democrats suppressed the result. Mr. Buttigieg himself comes out, announces himself the winner, and happy days. Now, if this was a reality TV show, we'd be laughing. If it was Iran, Syria, or Russia, we'd be suspending the debate here. We'd be apoplectic in our condemnation. But because it's the United States, that great country that spends so much time bringing democracy to the rest of the world, we say nothing. Well, it's a bad day and a blight on any semblance of democracy that this type of carry-on will go on, and I didn't want this to pass without comment.
Wow. That's pretty spectacular. So so let's just this is who Claire Daly is. She is a member of the European Parliament. She's independent. She's a socialist, and she's a free Julian Assange advocate. That was just fantastic, because it just shows you what is going on. So that's what we're thought of like in Europe. But she's right. This is a poll ahead of New Hampshire. Bernie Sanders tops in a new Quinnipiac national poll. Sanders 25, Biden 17, Bloomberg 15, Warren 14, Buttigieg 10, Klobuchar 4. And after New Hampshire, boy, they surged. And all this Bernie won, but it wasn't the big win we thought he needed to have. Boy. Now, we all know polls, they're not all perfect, but this is a mainstream poll. This is CNN, who, when Bernie started taking the lead last month, they put a poll out from 6 weeks ago showing Bernie in third or fourth place. So how did this happen? I mean, he won, but he didn't win convincingly. I don't know, maybe Bernie's running out of steam. Maybe Klobuchar, and former Navy intelligence officer, so she's had 21 billionaires donate to her campaign. Pete Buttigieg has had 40. Warren has had 6. He is a billionaire. He's had 44. He's had 0. Technically, one billionaire's wife gave him $470 and he returned the check. So what happened in New Hampshire? How come Bernie didn't win big? Oh, 130 years old. And using the same paper ballot box for 130 years, and election officials say it's one of the safest ways to vote. Huh, that's interesting. Some of the other towns used electric or digital from Diebold. We all remember Diebold. Here was a study from Princeton University, security analysis of the Diebold AccuVote TS voting machine executive summary. Princeton Center for Information and Technology Policy. I'll put a link to this. You can go through the whole report. But I'm going to just highlight this was done like over 10 years ago. Main findings. The main findings of our study are, I know you can't really read this because it's fine print, but I had to put it all on the same page. Malicious software running on a single voting machine can steal votes with little, if any, risk of detection. The malicious software can modify all of the records, audit logs, and counters kept by the voting machine so that even careful forensic examination of these records will find nothing amiss. Diebold donated a lot of money to the RNC. We have constructed demonstration software that carries out this vote stealing attack. So they constructed to show you. Anyone who has physical access to a voting machine or to a memory card that will later be inserted into a machine can install said malicious software using a simple method that takes as little as 1 minute. In practice, poll workers and others have often have unsupervised access to the machines. This is our big democracy. That's what that Irish member of the European Parliament was saying. She's a member of European Parliament. And she's like, it's a joke. So we have this crazy, so they find any way they can do it. So caucus, the app went down that we know Buttigieg's campaign gave money to, the shadow. The woman who ran it is a big Buttigieg supporter. And then the phones, when the app went down, and then the phones went down, right? The backup went down. Really, phones went down? That just happened, all happened at the same time? Zoinks. And then we have these systems, and these were in some of the districts in New Hampshire. Some of the older ones that I showed you were 130 years old. AccuVote TS machines are susceptible to voting machine viruses, computer viruses that can spread malicious software automatically and invisibly from machine to machine during normal pre- and post-election activity. We have constructed a demonstration virus that spreads in this way, installing our demonstration vote stealing program on every machine it infects. So in 2 of these, they constructed demonstration software. It was that simple to do. Again, this is from Princeton Center for Information Technology. So they just like, oh, this is easy. And you would think this report came out 10 years ago, been, overhaul, done, get rid of these machines. No, they're still used. And is MSNBC screaming about this? Did they talk about all of the precincts and districts in New Hampshire that had this? And they should all be suspect? No. While some of these problems can be eliminated by improving Diebold software, others cannot be remedied without replacing the machine's hardware. Changes to election procedures would also be required to ensure security. This is how they do it. This is how they're going to try to do it. So we know they're going to try some scam, whatever, something shenanigans in Nevada is going to be some weird caucus thing. What are they going to have, a slot machine? And if it comes up three Bernies, then he gets the vote. And it's just the slot machine keeps pulling for Klobuchar and Buttigieg. Weird. Well, all right. What do we play, craps in Nevada? They have these in South Carolina? Thanks for watching the show, everybody. I'm just showing you how they're doing it. You're getting your news here because the corporate media is not going to show you that Princeton report. I just did. That's why you're coming here. So I can't do this show without you. So go to patreon.com/Graham Elwood. What's the other one? Rockman.com/Graham Elwood. I just froze for a second. Oh, I think Diebold just put malicious software in my brain. That's what this earpiece did. Diebold got me to, actually, electric voting machines are fantastic. Pete Buttigieg can beat Trump. So can Klobuchar. Centrism is fantastic. Thank you for watching Graham Elwood's MSNBC YouTube channel. Russia did everything. Thank you, Diebold. You're my favorite. Man, Raytheon makes me excited to be an American. Shave your knuckles for billionaires. Hey, everybody, like, share, and subscribe. Hit the bell notification button. Even if you've done it before, YouTube is undoing that and they're unsubscribing people. Make sure you're subscribed. Share the videos out on your social media. Support what we're doing at patreon.com/Graham Elwood, rockfin.com/Graham Elwood, and come see Ron Placone and I on the road for the Progressive Comedy Tour. February, we're in Tucson and San Francisco. March, we are in Florida, Orlando, Tampa, and Miami. April, we are in Seattle and Portland, Oregon. And May, we are in Indianapolis, Detroit, and Cleveland. All my tour dates are at grahamelwood.com. We're probably coming to a city near you. Join us. You show up alone, you leave a part of a community.